5 years ago, when Daniel told people he wanted to start his own company. Everyone laughed. His co-workers mocked him. His friends said he was unrealistic. Even his family told him to be practical. After all, Daniel was just an ordinary employee working a low-level office job. But 5 years later, those same people who laughed at him were sending him their resumes. What changed? This is the story of what happens when belief is stronger than doubt. Daniel Parker lived in a small apartment in Chicago. Every weekday looked exactly the same. Wake up at 6:30, rush through traffic, sit in a cubicle for 8 hours, answer emails, attend meetings, and go home feeling like he was living someone else's life. He wasn't lazy. He worked hard. But something inside him always whispered, "You were meant for more." At night, while scrolling through social media, he would see people building businesses, creating ideas, taking risks. And one question kept repeating in his mind. What if I tried? One evening, Daniel had an idea, a simple idea for a small online service business. It wasn't revolutionary. It wasn't a billion-dollar concept, but it solved a real problem. Excited, Daniel shared the idea with his co-workers during lunch. But instead of encouragement, he heard laughter. One co-worker said, "Bro, everyone thinks they can start a business." Another joked, "You can't even finish your reports on time." Even his closest friend told him, "Starting a company is for rich people, not us." That day, Daniel learned a painful truth. Not everyone will believe in your dream. Despite the doubt, Daniel decided to try anyway. But he didn't quit his job. He started small. Every night after work, he spent 2 hours learning, watching business tutorials, reading books, studying marketing. Weekends became his building time. While others relaxed, Daniel worked. Slowly, he began building his idea online. At first, nothing happened. No customers, no money, just long nights and quiet frustration. The first year was brutal. Daniel launched his service, and only 3 customers signed up. 3. He made less money in a year than he spent on coffee. Many nights he stared at his computer wondering, "Am I wasting my time?" The laughter of his co-workers echoed in his head. Maybe they were right. Maybe he wasn't meant to succeed. But then Daniel remembered something he once read in a book. Most people quit right before the breakthrough. So he kept going. In the second year, something small changed. A customer left a positive review, then another. Word slowly began spreading. Daniel improved his service, fixed mistakes, learned from feedback. His small project started earning a few $100s per month. It wasn't life-changing money, but it was proof. Proof that his idea worked. Proof that progress was possible. In the third year, one unexpected thing happened. A large client discovered Daniel's service online. They needed exactly what he had built. They signed a contract worth more than Daniel's entire yearly salary. For the first time, Daniel realized his dream was real. That night, he made the biggest decision of his life. He quit his job. Quitting wasn't easy. His parents were worried. Friends said he was being reckless, but Daniel had seen the potential. Now he worked full-time on his business, 12 hours a day, learning, building, improving. The company slowly grew. More clients, more revenue, more opportunities. But success didn't come overnight. It took 2 more years of relentless effort. 5 years after the day people laughed at him. Daniel's company had grown into a successful business. He had a team, an office, and clients across the country. One afternoon, while reviewing job applications, he noticed a familiar name. It was the same coworker who once laughed at his dream. Daniel paused. He wasn't angry. He wasn't bitter. Instead, he smiled. Because life had come full circle. Daniel's story isn't about revenge. It's about something much deeper. Here is the truth most people never realize. When you start something new, people will doubt you. Not because your dream is impossible, but because your courage reminds them of their own fears. Dreams make people uncomfortable. Ambition makes people nervous. And change makes people skeptical. But the people who succeed in life are not the smartest, not the richest, not the luckiest. They are simply the ones who refuse to quit. Success is rarely dramatic. It is quiet. It looks like late nights, slow progress, small improvements, and years of effort nobody sees. But one day, all those invisible hours begin to show, and suddenly people call you lucky. So if you have a dream, don't wait for everyone to believe in it. They may never. Instead, start small, work quietly, stay consistent, and let your results speak louder than their doubts. Because one day, the same people who laughed at your dream may be asking you how you did it. If this story inspired you, subscribe for more motivational stories that remind you what is possible. Because sometimes, all it takes is one story to change your mindset forever.